Hey, it's LWJ Jockey here, and welcome back to Chocobo Stallion. And yeah, the farm looks a lot different than the last episode. Actually, here, let me show you the actual month it is. Technically, it is now the first of the fourth month. So there you go. We're in April. Yeah, this isn't an April Fool's. But I am a bit of a, I guess, a fool to tie that in. I messed up kind of big. Pilot error. I forgot to record, and on top of that, I hit the save button. Yeah, a lot of stuff has happened since the last recording. First and foremost, you see there are 3 Chocobo in there. One of them blue, one of them green, and one of them that I don't know, what is it, pinky color. So, first of all, about those Chocobo, I'm going to talk more about that in the next episode. But, yes, my Chocobo did hatch, and I believe it is yeah, that's the Chocobo that hatched. His name is Aka. That's what I called him anyways. And I'll talk about that next episode about those Chocobo. This Chocobo you already know about. I got that off the Pocket Station. And this Chocobo, also off the Pocket Station. I did an experiment where I went around to various places and, well, basically just found remotes and was using it. And, yeah, I spent about 100 gil, so I did about 10 different remotes. And I ended up getting this Chocobo. And let me tell you, nothing really exciting. I thought maybe I'd get a couple of Chocobo. Nah, you just get one. But like I said, I'll talk all about that in the breeding video, which will be coming up after this one. So what is this video going to be all about? Well, the second thing I want to talk about is how much money I have made in a little bit of time. Yes, I did a lot of farm betting. I kind of wish I recorded it too. It was pretty wild, actually. I think the last video I had around 8,000 gil because of the money that I made. Well, from that, I made this much. Actually, how it worked is, I think I had a couple of weeks in there, and I used one of the weeks to get my money up to something like 26,000 gil or something. And then, the other week, I fluked and I doubled it. I got one of those double circle 4 and then a 1 circle, one of the Chocobo. So I just went, let's do it. I bet the farm, and I doubled that. And then there was, and I looked at it thinking to myself, there's another race that came up, and I thought, you know what, this one, I can't remember, it was like a 1,600 meter. It was all female. It was only 8 feathers, and so I thought, well, that's a better odds, right? And it was like a 15-1. And I said, yeah, so I bet, not the farm, but I bet the money that I made from that other bet the farm bet. And yeah, I ended up getting all this. Now, actually, even got more. But what ended up happening is, like I thought I was recording, and I thought I recorded the birth of my new Chocobo, but that didn't happen. And also, I went ahead and I upgraded the farm. And the farm is fully upgraded. Well, not fully. The actual ranch part still needs to be worked on. But the map part, which I'll show you in a bit. I'll take a look at. I did that, and technically now it's off camera because it was never recorded. It was recorded, but didn't get recorded. What a mess. Anyways, yeah, that's me. I always forget things. Pilot error. How it is. So let me go to the map. That's what this is, by the way. And let me show you the ranch / farm. I don't really know what to call it. The facility area. And it's fully upgraded to this point, anyways. But let me show it to you here. And that's what the video is going to be about. I'm just going to show you quickly about that. And hopefully this time it will record. Okay, so here we go. Or not. There we are. Okay, so we are now. Here it is. This is the fully map, the facilities. Some of them I can actually point to, and some of them I can't point to with this little feather or quill. Basically, the facilities here, what I have in the, let's say, right up on the top of the hill there, basically, that's the training facility part. That is the slope track. And then beside the bridge with the little umbrella, you can see that umbrella there, that pool. That's the actual pool for the pool training. So they're there. They're ready to go. And I can't really show you any of that because that's just, once it's there, it connects to the training part, and I'll show you that when I get to training. Now, over here, though, I can show you this. This here is the hot springs, and this here is the clinic, right? And I believe, let's see here, the hot springs can have a facility expansion. So it initially cost me 1,000 gil, but then I spent more money and I got it up to a level 3, which means I can have up to 8 chocobo in the hot springs relaxing. This doesn't, this is just the hospital when they're injured. And you can actually check on your chocobo by selecting it and then the circle button. And I think the X button closes it. And yeah, same thing with the hospital. Who's in the hospital at the moment. So you got those two there. That's kind of cool, right? Now, I'll show you that in a bit. But to the right of the, you can see it to the right of the, of the hospital, or actually to your right, to the left of the hospital. There's, if you want to go technical direction. That is, that's the shop, and that's the good shop. Now, the good shop is used. It's an income facility, and they provide more money to the ranch. Like, for example, I've upgraded that one, I think, up to level 3, or maybe even more. I'll have to check. But at level 2, it sells mugs. At level 3, it sells chocobo, I don't know, senbei or senbai. At level 4, it sells music boxes, and level 5, it sells a ranch pendant. And you're not going to get very much revenue from that unless your chocobos start winning G1s, right? So if you have like a famous chocobo or something wins, then you'll make a pendant of it, or it automatically does that. People buy that stuff. Souvenirs, right? That kind of thing. So, and then moving right along here. That is the speaker, actually, and I'm going to show you that at the end of this video, what that does. But basically, I'm going to change the music of the background music of the game, and I might even remove it entirely. I'm not a big fan of the current music that's in the background. It's okay. It's rather nice, but it's kind of rather. I don't know. It just, to me, it's repetitive and it's over and over and over again, and I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of that. But now I can change it. But we'll talk about that at the end of the video because there's a couple more things I want to show. Now, to the left of the speaker, there is the actual farm, quote unquote, the crops, right? And I've got that up to level 3, and again, it is a moneymaker. And it will expand the revenue for the place. I'm not sure how much, but yeah, there you go. I don't know what else it does, but it looks kind of cute there. And that it's up to level 3. It costs about 2,000 to actually put that in. Now I'm gonna go over here to the tree and the Oasis. Now these two are very important, because this is where you're going to catch wild chocobo. This is another way to catch them. Now, wild chocobo themselves, they're okay. They're not bad. They're about the same as the chocobo that you breed, except for, of course, like, I think the maximum, from what I read from not the guidebook, from online sources, the maximum is about 80 gil, which means they'll do well, but they're not going to be like outstanding chocobo. But there's a reason why you want to have this. One reason is you can get more variety of chocobo and for breeding, right? From different areas, different sire lines. And the other reason is there are 4 more sire lines that you can get. Now I'm going to talk more about that in the breeding video. That's one of the things I was talking about in the Pocket Station. I found out there are on default there are, I believe, 28 sire lines, and you saw those. For example, the one sire line that we had, Champagne Dip, I think was one. Another sire line is Valentine Gift. You know, those are just 2 examples. There's a whole bunch more in there. But like I said, there are 4 others. And to get those 4, you get them from the wild side here, from trying to, as you're looking for wild chocobo, you actually discover them. And there is even one of them that is not so difficult to, that actually, what am I saying, is difficult to find this way on, through, basically you're just going to the Oasis, hit O, go to the tree, hit O. And if you don't hear anything, then you go to skip to the next week if nothing pops up. But like I said, there is one that is easier to catch via the Pocket Station. And that was another reason why I did what I did, trying to get all those, trying to get all those pocket, all the remotes and trying it out. See if I can catch it. Now, because those 4 are actually really good. They have some really good stats that'll help with winning the game. So that's why. Yeah, in the middle there, I've left that open. I could have put stuff in the middle, but from what I understand, there might be other things that you could get in the future when your chocobo win, like maybe like equivalent of a triple crown and stuff, like special awards. I could be wrong. I haven't looked into it further, and if I do, I'll put them in the middle, right? It'll look kind of cool, right? So now let's get back to the speaker here. There we go. This speaker, let me bring it up for you. This speaker, background music, as you can see, has 5 of them, and then be quiet. So yeah, we can just turn it off right now if we wanted to. So I can't read that right now. I can only read the one. I can read something. I can read a couple. Sorry, my bad. I can read like Rainbow. I can read like Mian Yang, with something about facing the shadow. That's number 4. Number 3 is Lu, which is like road or street. Like those are the ones. And then number 2 has which is like day. That's what I can read. That's the kanji of the characters, right? And it might not even be that same meaning in Japanese. I don't know, right? I haven't fully studied that aspect of Japanese. But what I'll do is I will play each one of these one by one, and then in the post edit, I will find out the meaning of them, and I will put it in the bottom in English if it has an English translation. So here is here's the first one. So it's not bad. It's pretty cool music. I don't know if this music is in any of the other Final Fantasies. I mean, at the time this was made, that would have been Final Fantasy 7, 8. So maybe another one has that. You might, people know Final Fantasy might know. Or it could be unique to Chocobo Stallion. Or it could be from the other Chocobo games that came out around this time. So again, I'm only familiar with this one. Okay, so let's listen to the second one. Oh, I like this one. This is really nice. It's got a European style kind of theme to it. Yeah, it sounds almost, I wouldn't say like from the medieval times or something like that, Maybe even Renaissance times, I'm not sure. That's actually kind of a nice sound. All right, here's the third one. I believe this is the one that we always hear. Yeah, That's the one that, yeah, well, you're familiar with because it's been in all the episodes so far. All right, so there you have that. So I won't play that one for too much, but at least we know what the title of it is now. Okay, here's the fourth one. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's not bad, this music. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the title is. Something about I saw the mian yang, and yang usually means like shadow and stuff. Like in Chinese, like dian yang means electric shadow, which translates into, well, movies, right? So I'm not sure what this one is. I'll have to take a look. Mian means to face in Chinese, in this one, for the last two characters there. Now, number 5, I believe, and I think it is the kanji, not kanji, it is the katakana for nature, but I could be wrong with the translation. But here's what it sounds like. And as you can hear it in there, it's just birds chirping. Once in a while, you hear a chocobo running. Yeah, you might hear that. And that's the same sound that you would hear while you're listening to the chocobo training, that same kind of running sound. But yeah, it's kind of nice. In fact, when I've played this in the past, about a year or so ago, this is what I had it set up as. It just was a lot easier. It sounded, I just like that sound better. I wasn't really into the other music, but the other music does sound good. And of course, the last one we know is just, be quiet, right? And I'm pretty sure you know what that means. I mean, there's just no sound at all. So, but yeah, so there you have it. So that's why I wanted to get that as quickly as I could. Actually, let's play. I believe it was the second one was it the one I wanted? Yeah, let's play that one. We'll play that one for this episode, anyways. I might change it up. Play it. A different one per episode now that I've got it figured out here. So there you have it. There is the ranch/farm part. Unfortunately, I didn't record actually doing that, but that's okay. I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, I think. You can, it's pretty easy to figure out if you start playing around with the menus. So in the next episode, I want to look at the breeding again to give you a better idea, talk about things like the outbreeding and, the funny one, the inbreeding and the nicks and the what is it called? The miracle blood mix, as well as talk about the stuff in Chocobo Stallion, such as those 4 mystery Chocobo sire lines. And yeah, so there you go. Well, thank you again for watching the video, and thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't, please subscribe. It'd be great. It'd be awesome. And I really appreciate you taking the time to check out my video. And if you have a bit more time, it'd be great. And check out the other videos I got on here at the time recording. I've got some, let's see here. I got Derby Jockey. I got Barco Tyson Bardigan. I also have Disc Derby. I got a few. So, yeah, maybe if you got a chance, check out those. Again, thank you very much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and I'll see ya in the next video.